Hey friends, welcome back to She's At It Again. My name is Tanya, and today we are going to be making a new recipe. This is called jalapeno popper chicken soup, and only because I had leftover chicken from a couple of different times that I made it. Had it in the refrigerator and in the freezer, so I combined it and needed to find another soup recipe. This is one of those that I saved off of some website and thought I'll make that later. So today would be a good day. It is rainy today, and I've had to keep myself busy making 3 different batches of soup, different kinds for different occasions, because otherwise I'll fall asleep, and I cannot sit down or I will fall asleep. It's just kind of dreary, not much sunlight out there. So let's go over to the stovetop and let's start our new soup that I've never tried before. All right, over here at the stovetop, and we have our stock pot heating up just a little bit. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my pan. This is just regular olive oil. I used to worry about getting organic, but then I learned that if it's just single source, it's better than if it's organic, if that makes sense. So you want to look for it's from either Tunisia or Italy or Turkey or Israel, just a single source, not Tunisia and Turkey and Israel and somewhere else. All right, I have just what is equal to about a small onion. This is about a cup. I had a huge onion, used part of it, and this is the rest of it. We're going to saute these until they're transparent. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of salt at this point instead of adding it later, because it helps the vegetables sweat, and if I'm going to put it in anyway, might as well go ahead and put it in now. This recipe called for 4 or 5 jalapeños. My jalapeños are rather big, and I'm just scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to put 5 jalapeños in there and not even be able to put it to my mouth because it's so spicy. So we're going with 4, and if I need more, I can always add more, but I can't add less. So we're going with 4 jalapeños. And I had to take them out on the front porch and cut the end off, cut them in half, and take the seeds out there, because if I do it in the house, for some reason, those oils in it get airborne, and it makes me cough uncontrollably. And we've tried every trick in the book, but nothing works. So if the neighbors see me out hacking at something with a paring knife, they know it's probably jalapeños. This is going to be for our dinner later on this evening, but right now, it's just a little bit after 3 o'clock, so I'm just going to make this and keep it warm on the burner. Probably just the residual heat will be warm enough for us to eat it for dinners, but I'm kind of excited about this because although I'm not one of those brave people that just puts any kind of pepper in my mouth to try it, I'm not that curious, but I do love the flavor of jalapeños. I buy those crispy fried jalapeños from Trader Joe's, and I will go in my walk-in pantry and eat them just because the dogs are wondering what I'm in there doing. I'm not going to share them with them. And I will just stand there and eat them and cough until I have tears rolling down my face. But I love the flavor so much. It's just bizarre, but they're so good. Okay, these are almost to the point to where they're transparent. So this is our jalapeños that I've chopped up. No seeds in there, just the jalapeños. The recipe calls for 3 cloves of minced garlic, and this is just organic minced garlic, already minced. That's my convenience item. So about a little bit of a heaping teaspoon. You can see how much that is. I have homemade chicken bone broth here, and I have 2 of these containers, so that'll be a quart. These are pint jars. So we're going to let that come to a simmer. Actually, let it come to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it for about 5 to 7 minutes. So we'll fast forward through this. Okay, this has been simmering, came to a boil. It's been simmering for about 5 or 6 minutes. going to add some cream cheese. 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Also going to add a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. I'm going to pour this in as I whisk it because I don't like pouring cold things in hot liquid. Going to add a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I think I have a teaspoon in there. Yep. I love that smokiness to just about anything. I love buying smoked salt, or Salish salt as it's called in some places, but the smoked paprika is really nice too. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin. I was watching somebody cook on a video today, and she was talking about cumin, but for some reason it sounded like she was saying human, and every time she would say it, I would turn around and look at the screen like, what is she talking about, human? I thought that was funny. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon. I don't know if you can hear the raindrops on my vent hood, but I got 2 doggies sitting right beside my feet because they can hear them. It's been raining most of the day today. They are not fans of the rain, especially when it hits the vent hood just above me and it makes a sound. I should say the stack pipe. It's not really hitting the vent hood. It's just I can hear it through my vent hood. All right, I'm just trying to get the lumps of the cream cheese out of here. Okay, I think the lumps might work themselves out once I put the chicken in there. Perhaps. We'll see. All right, next thing I'm going to add is about 4 ounces of cheddar cheese, but as you can tell, I overdid it on the cheese. It's not a crime. I like cheese a lot. Do not use pre-shredded. I'm not going to guarantee any outcomes if you use pre-shredded because it's coated with cellulose, but this is hand shredded just from a big block of cheddar. So by the way, 4 ounces is only 1/2 cup in liquids, but when you're grating cheese, 4 ounces is a cup of cheese. So if you had a measuring cup, kind of heaped up. This is about 1/2 cup of chopped bacon. This is nitrate and nitrite free, uncured bacon that I had cooked, and it's been in the refrigerator. And this is the 2 different batches of chicken that I had left over from, I don't even know what I made, but I had basically cooked chicken left over because I probably just used the bones for something. And this says a pound of chicken. I have a feeling this is a little bit more than a pound, but I had a jar of chicken in the freezer, and then I had a glass container of it in the refrigerator, so I just combined the 2. Oh my goodness, this looks really good. And it smells phenomenal. It really does smell very, very good. Okay, I'm going to give you a closer look at this, if I can get this down here. hoping you can see that. Okay, that looks creamy and delicious. I'll show you a picture of it once we get it in a bowl. We're going to use cilantro on the top of it for a garnish, and this smells unbelievable. So I'm going to call my husband. He is at the post office right now, and I texted him and said, I'm making a video, which means don't come in because the dogs are going to start barking. I have to stop everything. But I told him I'd let him know when I was finished. So now I get to call him or text him and say, okay, you can come home now. But we're going to have this for dinner, but I'll show you a picture of it when we get it in a bowl. It smells so good. Give this a try, especially if you have some leftover chicken. I mean, do you have leftover chicken? You could use a rotisserie chicken if you buy those. I've never bought one in my life, but I hear people say they're great for a lot of different things. So anyway, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. Recipe is in the description, as always. See ya. Bye.